Hi, everyone. Steven Melton with Vega Cloud. Thanks for joining. We're excited to have another podcast today with 1D Solutions, one of our newer partners, and we'll be talking about their focus and support in the space and working with us. So, a little bit about our partnership, helping the end customer in their cost optimization and their FinOps journey. So, we'll learn more about them. So, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, everyone. And please do take time to like, subscribe, and send us any questions or inquiry from the discussion. Always happy to help and provide you with support in your journey. Thanks. Hi, everyone. It's Steven Melton from Vega Cloud. We're excited to have another podcast. And with us today is 1D Solutions, one of our newer partners. We'll be talking specifically around really their mission in helping for cloud cost optimization and technology solutions. So excited to have Juan Carlos join us, as well as Joe Conley. Juan Carlos, mind saying hi?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. We are very excited to joining your partnership. In 1D Solution, we reinvented ourselves last year, and we are now laser focused in FinOps. So we are very excited about the partnership. I take care of sales. I've been selling software solutions in Latin America for the past 20 years, and the Vega platform is something that will be very will bring exciting traction for our sales in the territory.
Great. Thanks, Juan Carlos. Joe?
Juan Carlos, good to see you again, as always. And Steven, of course. Yeah, excited for the chat today and talking more about FinOps and cloud and everything that goes with that.
That's right. Joe knows the question coming. Juan Carlos, you don't. We always like to start with kind of a fun icebreaker, and we'll have to. I think we need to start gathering several, but I haven't worn. I don't feel like I've worn this one out yet. Juan Carlos, we always like to ask, as a kid, since we're in technology and we're in software, as a kid, what was your favorite tech tool, toy, something to do with technology when you were a kid, and you know, it could be one or two, but what was your favorite?
You know, my dad got me a chess game that was electronic, and I spent hours and hours playing against the machine. I never beat the machine, but I enjoyed it like nothing in life. It was my favorite technology thing. The fact that it was electronic.
Nice. I should have started. I was into checkers. My daughter's actually pulled me into chess more recently, but no, that's cool. Joe?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was a checkers kid growing up. Couldn't wrap my head around chess. I tried, but I can never really figure it out. But to that end, technology wise, I've talked in the past about my love of synthesizers. But anybody who gives me an inch, I'll talk about synthesizers. But the other leg of the stool was the Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog. So not quite as maybe not quite as brilliant as Juan Carlos, the chess master, but yeah, Sega Genesis.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't that cool. My buddy Paul, shout out if you're listening. He had the Sega, so I played at his home. I never went, got that chance, but spoiled off of him. Yeah, I mentioned last time the Casio calculator watch, right? That was a favorite, highly impractical, but certainly was cool to have, on your wrist. And then also I don't know, Sony Walkman. I mean, just to be able to have your tunes. And I was a wannabe skateboarder, so certainly, and being able to throw in some tunes with the just going around, very different than what we have today. But yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Nice.
You still skateboarding?
No, and that's a good thing.
I had the Casio watch too. It was
Okay.
highly impractical, as you said, but it was.
Yeah. It's just it looked cool and it sounded cool. It was a cool concept. So all right, nice. Walking through just some of the points, Juan Carlos, we were curious to hear, and I know some of our audience as well. Maybe tell us a little bit about your core mission. What are some of your objectives? What are achievements, but also really like targets that you're working with, and where you guys focus and how you want to help the end customer.
Yeah, well, in 1D solution, we specialize in FinOps, basically. We believe that the cloud has delivered on the technological promise. Whatever you need regarding data warehouse, database, IoT, whatever you need, it's already been implemented in the cloud, and several companies are already been using it successfully, but not the same way in the financial side of things. Not only because probably most of the companies tell us that after a year they realize that the costs in the cloud are higher than they expected, but probably that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that they lose control of their finances in the cloud. So we are focused on that, on regaining control of the cloud for our customers.
Nice.
Mhm.
Super helpful. And when you think about our partnership, what are some areas? I think you were hinting on a little bit, but maybe some areas that are unique to how Vega being able to help you in your partnership, and again helping the end customer, what that potentially looks like.
Well, we consider that our biggest asset is the portfolio that we have, and we have basically three kinds of assets. Tools are those solutions for the customers that can be implemented in a few minutes, are not intrusive, are probably focused on compute, probably or focus on optimizing Kubernetes, optimizing storage, optimizing other things, right? But very focused on some optimization. The issue is that we didn't have anything that brought everything together, and that's where Vega plays the important role. Everything that we do is brought together. It provides a single 360 view of the finances of our customers in the cloud. Mhm.
Nice, super helpful. And in conjunction with that, Joe, maybe some insights around where we see, again, putting the solutions together. How that helps the end customer. Number one, the challenge that they're currently facing, but then also like how the partnership and working with our solution can help in some of those use cases.
Yeah, I mean, Juan Carlos, you said it best there. I think it's getting control of spend in cloud or spend in general. It all starts with getting visibility. And I think even in some of the conversations we've had, problems that we see in the marketplace tend to be you have a lot of different pieces that you have to connect together in order to get that full picture. And so the challenge is, can you see everything in one place so you can make decisions quicker, better decisions? And so at Vega, that is one of the things that we focus on is helping to aggregate those pieces together. So you have, fewer tools that you need to use. You can get more impact, but it's really the foundation so you can go and get the work done. Once you can see things, how do you optimize? So those are some of the projects I know 1DS, Vega, we like solving together.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And Juan Carlos, how do you see, the measurable improvements? I guess if we look at like outcomes that we then are able to present to the customer, what are some of maybe those key metrics or areas that can help underscore kind of how the partnership works with the client?
Well, the biggest one would be the savings, obviously, savings in usage and consumption in different clouds, in the different categories like consumption or disk or I say storage, Kubernetes, etc. But it are not the only ones. Being able to forecast, being able to have visibility to speaking about FinOps, visibility optimization, and then operation is basically the most important thing in this kind of deployments, the solutions that we provide to our customers.
Yep. No, good summary. Joe, maybe any specific areas to click into that come to mind? I know that again, just the fresh conversations that we've been engaged with some of the projects.
Yeah. So one of the things that has been a trend we've heard is, there have been some solutions that have been in the marketplace for a long time. And a lot of organizations are familiar with the status quo. And so a lot of times when folks talk to, Vega as well as 1DS, it's really getting an understanding of what's state of the art, what's the best new approach to things. So as it comes to visibility, a baseline has been getting a common visual footprint that you can have in place. So of course you're going to be multi-cloud. Of course you have to look into containerized environments. And of course you have to make it very easy for teams to get information in the way that they want to. So for some, that is visual reports. Others, that's with APIs and programmatic access. So those are, I think, some of the things that we see a lot of. And for maybe some of those legacy tools that folks are familiar with, there were some design decisions made that made sense at the time. Whereas today, newer platforms and FinOps offerings really give you some of that flexibility that I think, particularly a lot of larger enterprise is looking for, some of the optionality to fit those different personas and use cases. And again, Juan Carlos, we've talked to some different companies that are definitely like that, different perspectives, trying to consume cloud in different ways, but ultimately trying to get a better handle, better control of their cloud spend so that they can, validate the business value.
Yeah.
Super helpful. And on that topic, the measuring success, I feel we see a lot of folks in the space today still very reactive as to how they are trying to tackle their cost management, their optimization. So helping clients be able to look at what potential key metrics and outcomes are, and then begin to work backwards and build a methodology around that, and then be able to over time benchmark success. I think are some of the pieces that we really see, in working with a partnership, help advance the customer's experience.
Yeah, from our point of view and our side, Steven, I can tell you that some of our customers have told us that they've seen other platforms, but they're not modern platforms like Vega, right? We've seen that it takes probably 7, 8, 9 months or even more to implement them, to start producing some degree of value. And that is in this area is just a lot of time. I've seen stories like here you have 3,000 reports. Look at them, analyze them, tell us which one of them are good to use to you, and we'll quote them, and you're good to go. And that's not the way that your platform and your offering works. The one thing that draws a lot of attention with our customers is that you offer something that the less information that provides the most value is what you care about, and those are main differences. I also want to tell you that, and this is my perspective because I speak with other with other customers. They tell us that the solutions that they've seen in the market are geared towards programmers probably, and this solution needs to be Vega is done, it's built by FinOps practitioners or FinOps users, and that's a big advantage. They speak the same language.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I would say that is certainly continued to be, think of us as maybe an advocate, right? A technology platform advocate to really help get conversations happening between engineering and finance, not only with a common language, but like what are things that are actionable, right? I think that's the other piece too. And sure, 3,000 reports sounds nice, but if you don't know where to start, that can be a bit of a challenge. And I think that off the shelf, we do feel strongly that customers are able to not only understand where they are with their FinOps journey, but also really make things actionable quickly. So those are good points. So thank you.
And something I'll add too. So Juan Carlos, one of the things I really like working with 1DS yourself is that, you mentioned benchmarks. So it's your expertise that I think you bring to your customers around options that exist, not only for FinOps, but in particular, there is a lot of potential solutions. And I think as cloud consumers, most are looking for what is going to get the result I'm seeking as efficiently as possible. I mean, how do I optimize finding a FinOps platform? And so I think it's your expertise and be able to share the benchmarks that 1DS has. It's definitely one of those things that makes an impact with our mutual customers.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Agreed. Looking ahead, I think it's always fun to think about and discuss, where the partnership's going to involve, what are some of the things that we'll see coming up, the challenges, but also the opportunities. For myself, I'm excited in that one of the fun things in working with 1DS is the fact that we can begin to kind of bolt on and work with the team as to how you want to both crawl, walk, and run with the different customers, right? It's important you have that flexibility because every customer is different. We may walk into one discussion where someone is a actually healthy, trained FinOps practitioner team, and now it's a matter of they have their ingredients. They've started a recipe, but they need help kind of executing on that. That's a fun scenario. But also the other spectrum, which is often the crawl scenario, where you have someone who knows and understands there is work, something's gathering here, right? There is need to help support the FinOps initiative, but what does that even look like? Right. So I think that's one of the fun pieces in working with you as a partner and helping. We've got the flexibility to work with those different types of customers. I think that's fun. And then additionally, too, the uniqueness of, and we again feel this is a strong benefit of working with Vega Cloud, is we have the ability to really tailor to our partners' needs. So something as simple as in the case again for 1DS, the opportunity of there's already some maturity and there's advancement within their customer base. That's great, but we can then begin to on the backside of developing the relationship, provide additional expertise and support as 1DS wants to grow and scale too. So I think this partnership in particular is nice in that there's flexibility into the types of customers we can work with, but also as we go over time, the level of expertise from FinOps can grow as a partnership too.
Mhm. Yeah, one thing that I am excited about the partnership with Vega is that our portfolio has seven current tools that I spoke before. Those have very laser focused benefit that they can provide, value that they can deliver to their customer, but somehow all of them match perfectly and align with in an integration with Vega. Nothing is overlapped. Everything is complemented masterfully, and that's something our customer has shared with us. How much time did we spend doing that? And that's the one of the good things that our CTO is doing to create that. Let's say that platform that provides an integrated solution for our customers.
Nice. It's great to hear. And I think that speaks to a shout out to our FinOps.org friends. For those that, of course, are in the community and follow closely, one of the things that has been trending over time that they've of course been helping measure is the trend towards broad-based tools as now more maturing, specialized focus tools. So there always will be these platforms. I'll refer them from tools, say platforms, designed to really kind of reach and hit a lot of the different criteria. The market it's been fun to see and mature in that we're seeing more and more platforms and technology resources begin to be more specialized too, that can complement each other. And the net of that is, of course, the customer and the enterprise wins, because as their organization gets more sophisticated and grows and challenges, it's good for them to have better options that are tailored to what those specific needs are.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking with our customers, uh, when I open the conversation with them, they tell me, some of them tell me thank you, Juan Carlos. We already have a solution for FinOps. And I say, well, what does that solution does? Well, it helps us optimize storage. Oh, nice. What are you doing for the other 95% of the FinOps needs? And then they said, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're optimizing storage. What about the rest of things? When are you going to be able to have a history, a tendency, and then receive some recommendations and apply those recommendations from a unified platform? Oh, no, let's talk. We need to talk to understand better. And that's how we open the conversation.
Nice. Now,
The landscape is complex, so it's definitely a challenge, and it's not easy. It's not easy to solve, but you can spend a lot of time trying to learn the hard way, or work with folks that have walked that path before and stand on their shoulders and get to the end faster. So,
yeah. No, super helpful.
Agree.
Any other final thoughts? I mean, I think we hit on some good highlights, Juan Carlos, of where we've begun and kind of where we're going. Any other final, thoughts sharing with with our listeners, as far as how we can help support, them as customers?
Yeah, one thing that I like about our partnership is the flexibility that we have. There's a challenge. The language barrier is one very important challenge in the territory, but also Latin America has different ways of thinking, idiosyncrasies that the processes are slightly different in each country. So Vega is a platform that can be tailored to different needs very easily. So that's something that we've liked about the partnership that we have with you.
Nice. Thank you.
fantastic.
Joe? Any other final closing thoughts, Joe?
I'll just echo it's a pleasure to partner with 1DS. You guys are a blast to work with, and so yeah, thank you for coming on today and talking to Steven and I.
I should thank you. I consider Vega people a flock of professionals.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Juan Carlos. Joe, thanks for joining as well too. And listeners, definitely please let us know any questions. We'll be available for follow-up and happy to do introductions for Juan Carlos and team, and any ways we can work with you together. We appreciate everyone's time and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye now.
Thanks. Cheers.